Good afternoon, Kenyans. This is 2020, the year that most of us have been waiting for, and a year of great expectation as a country. We have come from 2019, that was a very difficult year. The economic growth rate slumped slightly below the expected economic growth by World Bank of 5.7%. We almost slumped to 5.1%. But we hope that this year things will be better, a turnaround in the economy, so that our economic growth can hit 6% economic growth. Whereas Kenya has relatively been doing well compared to other countries around our region, but I strongly believe that our benchmark should not be countries that are punching below their economic potential. We need to benchmark with the best in the world. That is when, as a country, we can proudly say that we are making progress. But unfortunately, the Kenyan government has been able to levy another tax on Kenyans, the so-called Patriotic tax at 3% cross-sell. That means for every mama mboga that sells on the streets there, on the roadside, in the kiosk, or wherever, they are going to pay an extra 3% taxes on whatever sales that they're going to make. For every 1,000 shillings that they make, they should be able to remit 30 shillings to Kenya Revenue Authority. Whereas paying of tax is a good thing, and it is acceptable, is recommended for every economy. But the Kenya's problem has not been the payment of tax. Kenya's problem has lain on the expenditure of the very money that is collected from the citizens of this country. Corruption has been the biggest cancer in this country. In fact, the money that we have lost through corruption, if well taken care of, well safeguarded, and priorities of this country be made, expenditure be done the right way, then Kenya will have been a country that has now moved into the next level of economic development, that is a developed or a middle income developed country. So by levying the 3% tax on small businesses, we are going to hurt Kenya's economy even further. Remember, people are struggling even to pay the basic bills. There are those who do not even know where the next meal is going to come from. There are those who are now struggling even to take their children to school. There are those who are waiting for government to provide them bursaries, which have even delayed because the government has not released monies to the respective CDF bodies, the respective county governments. So by levying a tax on already a struggling Kenyan business person, we are making economic environment even worse. So I really challenge the national government that whereas that is a good intention to bring the informal sector into a bracket of taxation, that is something that is long overdue. But let's create an environment where these people can be able to do their business as well. Remember, as we pay the patriotic tax, I will challenge the national government that they also now begin to provide what I will call patriotic services to the citizens of this country. They are farmers, business people, based at the local levels of this country, who cannot be able to access markets, even with their produce, because the roads are bad. There are people who are doing business in this country who cannot even be able to receive even tax incentives from the very carrier that wants to tax the people. In fact, paying of taxes in this country is one of the most difficult, very cumbersome process that you can ever go through. And therefore, I challenge the national government and those that are in power, those that are charged with the responsibility of ensuring that this economy grows, that this economy avoids wastage in spending of government resources, that this economy stops the misuse and theft of public funds. If all these things are done in 2020, I can assure you that 2021, all of us will be willing to pay the 3% patriotic tax to the government of Kenya. Thank you.